like to call this meeting to order. It's January 31st, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. This is a meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Can I get a motion to open?
Motion to open.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are in business. First order of business is to approve the minutes from December 20th, 2022.
Motion to approve as printed.
We have a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Minutes have been accepted. Do we have any meeting mail or other appointments to discuss? So we'll get right into our new business. We only have one case this evening. It's case 2023.01.31A. Case of Tammy Desnoyers of 14 Badano Drive, who's petitioning the board for two variances for the construction of a large accessory building. I'd call it a small garage, but that's how they got it listed. The request is being made under the provisions of section 3.3.1E3C and 3.3.1E5. So everybody has the plans in front of them, and we do have the letter from the building department, which I'll read to explain what they're looking for. The setback says, being that the parcel shows a frontage of 105 feet and predating the 1973 creation of the lot side setback, we go by 10%, which would be 10.5 feet. The plan shows an 8-foot setback, so they're looking for a variance for the 2.5 feet for the sideline. Also, the floor area ratio is supposed to be no greater than 15%. At 15%, they would be able to cover 1,418 square feet. And with these two buildings, it would be 1,472 square feet. So a very small variance for 54 square feet of area ground coverage would also be needed. I know because I talked to Mr. Gaspar earlier today that he is the direct abutter, but he's also here because the petitioners are out of town, so he's here both on their behalf to speak for this and as the direct abutter to speak for it. So, Mr. Gaspar, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Initially, I thought I was showing up to advocate support to my neighbors building a garage. That's really what it is, not an accessory building, it's just a garage. I think it's 18 by 24. And then I kind of noticed that my neighbor's vehicles, one of the vehicles hadn't been present for the last few days, so I just texted them, made sure that everything was okay. And I said, I believe that you have a meeting in front of Zoning Board of Appeals, and that's when I found out that they had been on vacation, because back in the day when they started the process, they didn't know anything about the process, and we were transitioning from one building inspector to another. It was tough for them to get a denial letter, so I spoke with the new building inspector. I said, can you just do the denial letter so they can get a front, because he was trying to beat the weather. Come to find out, the process is a little bit lengthier than that due to your restraints of advertising and things of the like. So fast forward to today, I told her, I said, Jeepers, I guess I can talk on your behalf. I said, if you're comfortable with that. And she said, I'm absolutely comfortable with that. I don't feel like being delayed any longer due to, I think there's a 21-day appeal period as well if everything's approved. So I said, look, I have no problem. I am the direct abutter, as the chairman noted, on the side setback thing. I have no problems with it whatsoever. Just so everybody, to bring a little light to my neighborhood, I've been there my entire life. I drove around the neighborhood today. There's roughly 70 homes in my neighborhood. Of those 70 homes, there's 14 garages within 3 to 5 feet on the side yard setback. So that's 20% of the homes in my, and there's many more homes with garages. I was just looking at ones that had like a 3 to 5 feet, because there's some of my neighbors on Henry Drive that they for some reason, when they built my neighborhood in the mid-50s and early 60s, they decided to take one street and flip the direction of the kitchen to be on this side of the house, and they did the same thing where most of our houses are all there's 3-bedroom ranches, and they all go the same way, and on that street, they took the first 2 and flipped them this way, so there's a garage on this person's house, there's a garage on this person's house, and they're both within 3 feet of their property line, so there's only a 6-foot distance between the two. So it's not something that's not common in the neighborhood. It's very common in my neighborhood due to the small lot sizes. We mostly have 9,000, I think, 50 square foot lots in my neighborhood. There's not much room. The way they built my house is in our neighborhood, they kind of almost centered it to the lot, which kind of constrains you from either side of doing any kind of expansion. So it kind of hampers, our ability to stay within the current zoning and the way they were written up. So that's why I told them you have to go in front of ZBA for the variances. And, again, I'm 100% for the project. I am the director butter. I kind of look at garages where it's kind of nice because our yards are so small when you're in your yards. Like I have a fence that I put up on the side and the back, but it's kind of nice when you have a garage and your patio's on the other side, because at least when you're having cookouts and family dinners or whatever it may be, you have some privacy on top of that, and it blocks out and shutters some of the noise from conversations, because we're such small lot sizes. So, I'm 100% in favor of it.
Having no other rebutters, I won't ask if anybody else wants to speak. I don't think there's any issue with this. It's pretty cut and dry, minor variances. I just want to make sure you know that if we do vote tonight, it has to be unanimous, because we're short one member. We need 4 yeses. Well,
I do.
the only option would be to continue. I don't see a reason for that, but I have to offer you that as
I understand.
the person.
And it does put me in a very uncomfortable situation, but I do have very good neighbors. They bought the house a couple of years ago. We immediately become friendly. In the neighborhood, we're all kind of friendly, so, they feel okay with me doing this. That's why I'm here. I explained that to them, that I'm a little uncomfortable with that, if they say no, but she asked me to go forward with it, so here I am.
Is there a motion?
I'd like to make a motion, we approve the variance.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. I'll ask for one at a time roll count. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Unanimous decision.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members of the board.
You just have your neighbors come see her when you get a chance. They do. She does need their signature.
Yeah,
and stuff
sure.
to move
Yeah,
forward.
that's all I'm willing to
Yep.
do. But I appreciate it.
Tell them they're all set, but they'll.
It might delay it.
I'm sorry.
It may delay it, because if I'll leave it with the town clerk's office.
You need a signature from them to
Yeah.
move forward, though,
From
right?
the applicant,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep. Yep. So
No problem.
just
I'll let them know.
Let them know to
As soon as
contact.
they're back in town, come down.
You have my number. Have them contact me, and I'll put you in direct communication to get it
Thank you
signed.
very much,
Okay?
Mr. Chairman.
Take care.
Thank you, thank you.
You said March 7th?
Yes, I'm sorry. We haven't adjourned yet, which is good. But we've got business coming up. I don't know if there's 1 or 2 so far, but
I think there's
two coming up. Does March 7th work for everybody? February's a really short month. I want to give her enough time to post and have anything else
Oh, that's right,
lead
yeah,
up, so.
Yep.
March 7th
That
is
works for me.
Tuesday in 4 weeks.
Yep.
4 or 5 weeks. So that is our next scheduled date. That is the end of my agenda here, so I'll look for a motion to close.
I motion to close the meeting.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. We are adjourned.